Hello and welcome to my channel. This is my companion planting spreadsheet. Let me remove some of the toolbars for you. I forgot to do that so that you can see it better. And I'm still working on it, but I'll try to add a link where you can download it, and that way if you want to use it and if you want to copy it and then you can use it and edit it yourself however you want to. I thought maybe it might help people. I changed it some. The hearts are for the ones that I found that, yes, you could companion plant them together, but some people say no, and some people say yes. And so the ones that I double checked, where it seems like there's more people that say yes, I put the check mark in it because it seems like people disagree a lot. And then the first no is this one, and then when I double check it, it seems like it's really a no. I blocked it all in. So that's for the double checking. It has a check mark and a block. And I'll probably change that later because I think I like the hearts better than the check mark. So I think I'll end up, when I get done with it, having hearts everywhere. But I tried to put the plant family name on the right-hand side instead of just having the name of like artichoke on the left and the right so that you can see that. And I used the briefest family name that I could find because there's another name for cabbage family, but cabbage family is shorter. And then I tried to color them now so that if they're, I haven't, the legumes, I haven't colored them the same. So, but I've been coloring them the same. So if they're in the cabbage family, you can see the cabbage family is all in green. The ones that are in the carrot family, they're all in blue. The allium family, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, they're all in yellow, and the nightshade family are in purple, so that you can see. And I'm hoping it helps. And then there's the mint family, so that you can see, when you go to plant things together or not together, if it matters if they're in the same family or not. And I will scroll down and pause it at each one so that you could see, like, it goes across like artichokes. Can you plant it with arugula? And hopefully it's a yes, but I haven't, like I said, it seems like everybody disagrees. One person will say yes, and another person will say no, and another person will say yes, and another one will say no, and they disagree so much that, and I'm not a professional gardener. I only started doing this a couple of years ago, but I've been going through this and I'm trying to double check it and get the ones that agree the most. And like I said, I'm going to scroll down, pause here and there so that you can see it, but I'm hoping it helps you. And like I said, I double checked some of them and try to get the ones that seem like they agree more. And then some people will say like, oh, you can plant this with the beans, but other people will say, oh, you can plant this with pole beans, but you can't plant it with bush beans because even though they're in the same family, they grow differently. So, and some of them will say, if you've got something that's deep rooted and it takes up a lot of nutrients, you don't want to plant it with something else that's deep rooted and takes up a lot of nutrients. And so, and then some people say, oh, well, you can't plant this with anything in the cabbage family. And somebody else will say, oh, you can plant this with everything in the cabbage family, but not, I think it's Brussels sprouts or something that was different. But, and then you go through the cabbage family, and the cabbage family, it includes a lot, it includes Swiss chard. And I don't know if it would make a difference if it was Swiss chard compared to cauliflower or something, because it seems like you would be able to plant Swiss chard with more things than you could cauliflower because it's smaller, but I don't, and it just, and chives, like chives are smaller. It seems like you'd be able to plant chives with more things than just onions. But, and corn is in the grass family. I thought that was funny. So I tried to, so that you can go through for yourself if you're trying to plan for your garden. I planted mine already because it's a little early, but I might plant some other things next month and see how these come because it got cold. So anyway, and I there might be bigger names for what I used for the family name than, but I don't have a lot of room. So If they say it's commonly known as this family or that family, I will use the one that's shorter that it's commonly known as, because it's easier for me to fit it in there. And like I said, my husband said it was confusing, but it is what it is. And I'm still working on it, so I'll try to get it so it's less confusing and so that it just has the hearts or the check marks, and the ones that I'm not positive about, I'll try to get rid of. And I'll try to get a link on there where you could go to Google Spreadsheets and make a copy of it, and then maybe you can edit yours and go through it and see. Because there's, you Google to see, can you plant this with this, and everybody seems to disagree. Not everybody, but and some of them will have a list, and they will have, yes, you can plant this with this, and then no, you can't plant this with, like deal. They'll have deal in both of them. You can plant it with it and you can't. And some of them will say, well, you can plant this with this, but it's going to change the flavor. It might make it spicy, or it might, some might say it might make it taste better, and some might say they don't like the way it make it taste. So there is that as well. And this is, like I said, it's just a work in progress, but I hope it helps somebody. And you can see the black lines that go up at an angle across. That's the first no, and some people say yes and some people say no. So, and then I blacked them out when, whoops, this one. Oh, I can't edit it. Hold on. I'm going to change these real quick. I guess I missed them. Okay. And the hearts, it's just a capital Y in either Webdings or Wingdings or whatever. And you can do this in, like when I do it where you copy it, it'll probably be in Excel, but then I work on it a lot of times in LibreOffice. And I have it so it's printable on one sheet, but you might want to check, because it seems like it's changing sometimes by accident from between portrait and landscape, and every now and then I'll have to redo it. I don't know if it's my software program or what, but anyway, and like I said, I'm sorry that it's not complete, and it may not be very helpful, but maybe it will. But I'm working on it. So, and like I said, I'll try to get you the link so that you can make a copy of it, even though I'm still working on it. And then when I get it finished, I'll do another YouTube video and try to add another link so that if you want to copy it then and use it, you can. And you can go through and double check. You can check with your local extension office and ask them perhaps what they think, because they might have better information, and see what they think. Or your local, if they have a planning place where you go, like a neighborhood garden. Some places they have like neighborhood gardens, and you can talk to people. We just drove things in our yard here, so I'm do it in the Dollar Tree laundry baskets and the pallets garden right now. But I'm going to plant, I think, peanuts and grapes in the yard this year, because those are supposed to be pretty easy to grow where I live. And I love raw peanuts and I love grapes. So I guess you just get fresh raw peanuts, you get them in the shell and crack it open and plant them. So might have to soak them. But anyway, that's what I'm doing so far. And I hope that I hope you can tell what it is. It's like, and the blacked out ones in the squares, those are the ones that they said no. Most of the people agreed that it was no on the websites that I went to. But like I said, it seems like everybody disagrees. So I don't know who's right and who's wrong, because I haven't planted these all together to see which ones work and which ones don't. And so, and the flags are supposed to be the ones that are really good to plant together. So, and I just left those as flags for now. I don't know, I like the little flags, but I might change it later. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to my channel. I hope this helps you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.